Hello.
Up, everybody.
Okay. No, no, for sure. Okay, I'm down. Wait, I really want to do that. Okay, cool. Okay.
How you guys doing today?
Wait.
Good.
Good. How about you?
Good, good.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Happy Labor Day. Shocked at the turnout. I'm happy though.
Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, it looks like you got your tan getting on there, Gigi.
Gigi's getting the tan
Yes.
on. Living
Nice.
a rough life.
I'm a little jealous. I'll probably do that after this call, honestly.
Yes, do it. It's so nice out. I was gonna do it from home, but I was like, it is way too nice of a day to be in the house today.
Where are you at? What city or state are you in?
San Diego.
San Diego. I mean, the weather's beautiful every day there, right?
The other day it was actually raining on what day was it? Saturday. It rained a little bit in the morning, so that was a little irritating. But other than that, we're a little spoiled. So
Yeah. What part of San Diego?
I live in downtown. So actually, hang on, let me turn this real quick. Oh wait, I don't know if I can turn this around. But anyways, I'm looking at the ballpark actually. So the Padres are playing in like in an hour.
Nice. Yeah, I was just in San
Yeah.
Diego like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, did you love it?
Yeah, I've been, that was my fourth time. But yes, I love
Okay.
San Diego. I was visiting my wife's brother. He lives in Pacific Beach area.
Oh yeah, PB's great. Yeah, I freaking love it here. But I'm so excited to come to Austin next month.
Yeah, let's go. First time?
Yeah, first time, and I've been wanting to go forever. I'm like so juiced on it.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. At least 10 people will move after they come.
I bet you won. Who knows?
Maybe we'll see. A lot of my San Diego friends are moving to Austin, believe it or not.
Yeah, what I hear.
Tax difference, basically.
I was looking the other day. When the hurricane hit San Diego, I was like, oh, Austin's a little cheaper than San Diego, so maybe.
100%, 100%. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna get my show notes up here, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. But let's get some wins. Let's get at least 3 today. Who wants to be my first?
I'll go.
Let's do it.
Because I'm kind of proud of myself. My win is I showed up for this call, and it's my birthday, and I'm working. Oh, it's a holiday, and it's my birthday, and I'm working. I'm proud of myself.
Oh, yeah, drop that video in the chat. That's definitely how you get ahead. I feel like I've been doing that for like years now. But that's how you get ahead for sure. So congrats. That's awesome.
Yep, watched the video this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see my morning eye bags. All right, who wants to go second? Who's my number 2?
I can go second.
Let's do it, Chris.
I'm driving right now.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Sorry about that. I'm driving right now, but my camera's not on. Well,
Yeah, it sounds like you're underwater. Hopefully you're not driving underwater. All right, we'll go on to somebody else.
this should be better.
There we go.
This should be better.
Yes.
I was connected to my car because I'm driving. But it's my first day. Just got in the program. I have, I guess, my welcome call with my coach at 5:30. So I guess hopefully right after this. But I guess that's my win. It's just jumping in, getting started, and looking to
That's
go
yeah, that's a huge win. Let's give him a round of applause. Making that jump. Congrats, Chris. That's awesome, man. Pumped for you to be here. All right, y'all, we got one more. Who wants to be our third and final victory today?
I'll go.
Let's do it.
I finished the NLCA Apex Challenge, and it was very rewarding. I really enjoyed it. Helped me with a lot of routine and like really evaluating how I was spending my time. So thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, of course. That was the whole entire goal. That's awesome. Let's go. We're doing something very similar internally with our staff right now too. So I'm on day 3. But next time, I'm so bummed because I wanted to do it with you guys. and I totally drew a blank. So next time we do this, I'll do it with you guys, which will be fun. All right, y'all. We're gonna dive in. I got a couple of housekeeping notes, and then we're gonna get into our topic today. So, two housekeeping notes. Number one is on our Leadership Initiative Award. So this is something that we just started this past month, and this is something that you guys can win. What can you win? It's basically bragging rights. You can get a little fancy trophy. You can, store the trophy on your desk. You can look at it. You can feel good about yourself. You can brag to your NLCA friends. But essentially what this is it's an award that is voted on by your peers. So I actually just dropped the type form in the chat, and you guys can vote for the student that you think embodies the NLCA mission and also NLCA tenets, act first, mission first, truth first, the most. So you guys can vote on that at any given time. So if you feel like, yep, I feel like this person's embodying the mission, this person's embodying the tenets, you can go into the type form, you can fill out the information, and you can submit who you think is going to be the victor. And once again, that person's going to get a trophy. They get a little bragging rights, and you get a little fancy trophy on your desk as well. Any questions on that? Good. Okay, cool. I like when there's no questions. That means I did my job. All right, the next housekeeping item is NLCA Live. All right, so lots of information being pumped out. I wanted to clear up some questions, tell you guys about the Labor Day special, and then hype up NLCA Live. So Labor Day special, from now until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., we're giving you guys the opportunity to get 1 free month in NLCA. That's 1 additional free month on top of your current contract. So we would extend your contract a month and you wouldn't have to pay for it. All you have to do is purchase a ticket to NLCA Live. If you've already purchased a ticket, if you purchase another ticket for a friend and or a staff member and or maybe even a fellow NLCA fellow NLCA student as a gift, you will also get an additional free month as well. You get 50% off using code in all caps student23. You can get an additional $25 off using your coach's name 25. So all of your coach's first names plus 25 will get you $25 off. You guys aren't going to want to miss this. I know we got a good batch of students coming to the event, but you're not going to want to miss this one. We're really trying to do something different this year. I feel like we've done NLCA Live 2 times before, 2 years before this, and it's great, right? Because we've done the business speaker conference, we bring out all these rock star speakers, but the feedback that we continually got was it's missing a community element, it's missing the community feel. So this year we're doing a big 180. Yes, we're bringing in awesome speakers, but it's going to be more workshop style. So instead of them sitting up on stage and you're taking notes and you're on your 5th coffee and you're tired and you're like, when is this over? When's the next break? Everything's going to be interactive. So there'll be interactive workshops. You're going to learn the skill and get to use the skill right then and there. So it's not taking notes, you fly home and then you use the skill. No, it's you use the skill right then and there. So it's actually hands-on and practical. In addition to that, we've carved out a ton of time for connection. So Saturday, the whole entire afternoon, we get to use the event space, which I don't know if you guys have seen the event space yet, but it's freaking awesome. It's this huge ranch out in the middle of basically the middle of nowhere in Austin, Texas. Like we're on our own remote land, tons of acreage. It has basketball courts, it has cold plunges, it has sauna, it has a pool, it has volleyball courts, it has pickleball courts. Like the whole place is decked out. So we carved out a whole entire afternoon for all of us to hang out. Friday night, we're going to do an awards night. So student and staff. So you could potentially win one of those awards. On our awards night, we're doing, because it's Friday the 13th in October, we're doing optional costumes as well. So if you guys want to come with your Halloween costumes on Friday night, we're doing optional costumes. Only thing I'll say is I don't want to see any butt cheeks. I don't want to see any cleavage. I don't want to see any dudes with their shirts off or in banana hammocks. Nothing inappropriate. So it has to be professional costumes. Like it can't be anything that's it's too exposing for both men and women. So just keep that in mind there. But that'll be Friday night cocktail hour. And then Saturday night, we're bringing 3 DJs. We're going into downtown Austin. We rented out a club and we're gonna party there. And that's gonna be a ton of fun as well. Any questions about NLCA Live before we get into today's topic? Good. Who's pumped? Who's going on the call? Yeah, let's go. What are you most excited for? Let's get like 2 shares. Who wants to say what the most
I'm excited. I'm excited to honestly meet everyone and to like just surround myself around like-minded, like badass entrepreneurs and learn from everyone is what I'm excited for.
Yes, that's the best part. Everybody leaves feeling freaking amazing. Business is always better the next month. People are always laughing, crying. It's a vibe for sure. Phil, the code for 50% off, you get it's student 23. And then the one that's at the top of my head is Lacey. Lacey 25 will get you $25 off too. And you can use both codes. So you can get the 50% off and you can get the $25 off as well. So you can double it up there. Let's get one more share. What else are you guys excited for? Who's gonna speak up? Gigi's my outgoing one.
I will second Gigi, but I will also add I just have never been to Austin, and I've actually only spent maybe 2 nights away from this dude. So I love him, but it'll be kind of cool and to have a little bit of a different vibe. And yeah.
Yeah, Amanda, where do you live?
Columbus, Ohio.
All right. Yeah, Austin's awesome. I have a bunch of friends that actually moved from Columbus.
I'm from Columbus too.
Oh.
Hey, let's go. Yeah. Austin,
from Columbus.
Austin has like its own little Columbus crew down here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Carter Good. Do you know who Carter is?
I feel like I've heard his name, but not personally.
Yeah, he lives in Columbus. A couple of other of his crew did move down here as well. So yeah, y'all will love it. Like I said, every time somebody comes and visits, at least a few people are going to move here. All right, y'all, we're going to transition. We are going to talk about today's topic. All right, so the topic for the whole entire month, so I do 2 calls a month. The topic for the whole entire month is going to be creating an ethical business. So with NLCA, with our mission statement, something that's really important to us, as you guys know, is our mission statement, our company tenets, and setting the standard of excellence inside of the coaching space. Now, the biggest part about that is making sure that we are doing this ethically. All right, so there are really 2 big problems that I'm seeing in the industry right now. The first big problem is too many people are thinking about what their business can do for them. They're asking themselves, what can my business do for me? Instead of asking themselves, what can my business do for others before it does something for me? All right, it's not about being completely selfless. Obviously, we're all in business to make more money, to improve our lives, but we're also in business to help others. And I feel like that's something that's been forgotten over the past couple of years as the coaching space has progressed, right? We see all the ads, you can make all this money. It seems like a cool thing to get into. People get into it, but then they forget why they gotten into it, right? So first, have some self-reflection. Have you been asking yourself recently, what can my business do for me? Or have you been asking yourself recently, what can my business do for others before it does something for me? All right, so that's the first problem that I've seen in the industry. Now, where does this stem from? All right, where does this stem from? Where does this selfish problem stem from? It stems from having a mission that only serves you. Once again, getting into this only for maybe your own self clout, right? Trying to look cool in front of other people's. I'm an entrepreneur now, or maybe it's just purely making money, right? Only having a mission that serves you. Today, we're going to change that. So if you guys don't have a notebook and pen out, highly recommend that you take 30 seconds to go get one. So I'll give you 30 seconds, pen, paper, or you can open up a Google Doc on your computer, because we're going to get interactive today. All right, we are going to get interactive today. You might have already built these 2 things, but we're going to make them better. All right, So like I said, what is the problem? Let's do a recap. Too many individuals are asking themselves, what can my business do for me? They're not asking themselves, what can my business do for others before it does something for me? And where does this stem from? It stems from a lack of purpose and mission, and it stems from a lack of values and company tenets. Can you guess what we're going to create today? We're going to create those two very things. We're going to create your mission statement today, and we're going to create your company tenets today as well. All right, so what exactly is a mission statement? All right, you know, we've heard this a lot. You should have a mission statement as a business. You know, when you think about it, you probably think of, you know, some words on a wall that collects dust. That is not a mission statement. All right, as I mean, my personal experience with mission statements is I thought the same thing when I first got started. All right, as I've progressed in business more and have done this for almost a decade, our mission statement is in the forefront of our decisions. So what is a mission statement? A mission statement is a lens in which you can make decisions through for your business. All right, it allows you to create your company's ultimate vision. And for the context of this call, it's also your higher purpose. All right, so when you're making bigger decisions in your business, you need to ask yourself, is this decision, if I choose to go this direction with my business, is it aligned with the company mission statement? All right, so there are four different types of mission statements that you can create. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can actually see this visually with me. All right, let me know if you guys can see this. Make it a little bit bigger. All right, so 4 different frameworks for mission statements. All right, so like I said, the goal of this is we're going to create yours. All right, so the first mission statement framework you have is we exist to help person achieve outcome so they can secondary outcome. All right, so I'm going to give you an example here. All right, so we exist to help dads reach peak physical health, ensuring they're present and leaving a lasting legacy for their children. All right, so we exist to help person, in this case, dads, reach peak physical health, which is the outcome, so that they can, secondary outcome, be present and leave a lasting legacy for their children. All right, that's a mission statement. Mission statements should be short. They should not be, you know, paragraphs. They should not be a whole entire page. I see businesses, you go on their website, they have like a 3-paragraph mission statement. That's too much, right? What is a mission statement again? It's a thing that we can make decisions through, right? This is the vision of my company. Is it aligned with the mission? Yes or no? All right, if the answer is yes, we move forward on the thing, right? If the answer is no, we don't move forward on the thing. That needs to be short. That needs to be simple. That needs to be digestible. 1 to 2 sentences max. All right, so that's one way that we can write our mission statement. All right, that's the first framework. All right, the second framework, even simpler, is we exist to help person achieve outcome by method. All right, so sticking with our dad theme here. Example, we exist to help dads reach their peak physical existence through our dad bod defeat method. All right, so we exist to help person. The person here is dad. The outcome is helping them reach peak physical existence. The method is the dad bod defeat method, right? So that's basically what you would call your program, right? The dad bod defeat method. All right, so that is a mission statement. Okay, so when this person is going through their day-to-day operations and they're asking themselves, what do I need to get done today? Or if they're pulling back and thinking big picture, what do I need to get done in Q4? What do I need to get done in 2024? If it does not help dads reach their peak physical existence, then we're probably not going to do it, right? So once again, that's how we're using this as a decision-making calculus. All right, number 3, the third framework here, even simpler. We exist to method and outcome. All right, this one does not have to do anything with dads. This is actually Mr. Alex Hermosi's company mission statement at acquisition.com, but they exist to document and share the best practices of building world-class companies. All right, so when they're making decisions on the type of content they're going to put out, the type of companies that they're going to bring into their portfolio, right, the type of projects that they're going to work on, they're going to ask themselves, if we work on this project, You know, is it about sharing the best practices of building world-class companies? If the answer is yes, they're going to move forward on it. If the answer is no, they're not. All right, so that's the third way that we could build out our mission statement here. All right, the fourth and final way, and this is the way that NLCA has used to build its mission statement, is we exist to help person by method to achieve outcome. NLCA's mission statement, excuse me, we exist to help coaches by setting the standard for excellence and equipping them with professional skills to maximize their impact. All right, so once again, we exist to help person in this case is coaches. All right, by method, which method in this example is leading by example, by setting the standard of excellence, right? Our coaches have to embody that. I have to embody that. And the outcome as a result of us doing this is equipping you guys with professional skills to maximize your impact, right? So that you can help your clients, so that you can fulfill on your mission. All right, that's our mission statement right here. So when we're making decisions about the direction of the company, what does it have to do? We have to set the standard for excellence, and it has to equip our clients with professional skills to maximize their impact. And if it doesn't do that, we ain't moving forward on it. All right, do we all understand that a mission statement is a lens in which we make decisions through? Has that resonated? Does that make sense? If it does not, it is okay. You can yell at me. All right, I'm looking at the chat. We got some yeses. Cool, cool, cool. All right, do you guys have any questions on the 4 different types of ways that we can write a mission statement? Who has a mission statement?
I do.
All right, we got 1, we got 2. Drop it in the chat if you have a mission statement. I want to get a good gauge here. Cool, we got a couple of people with a mission statement. That's good. All right, follow-up question for those that have mission statements. Is yours as simple as the frameworks that we went over, or is yours longer than that? All right, Aaron's dropped one. Helping people build sustainable wellness practices for lifelong health and vitality. Love it. Love it. Just as short. Mine is longer. Cool. All right. I love to see it. I love to see it. All right. So if you don't have a mission statement, I'm going to ask some prompts. You guys can use those prompts as I'm speaking here. And then we'll take 5 minutes after I go through this, and we'll help you guys finalize. If you have a mission statement, then you can drop it in the chat. Not now. I'll tell you when. And I'll do some review on everybody's mission statements as well. All right. Questions to get you guys started. All right. So this is why I said, get out that paper and pen. All right. Answer these questions as I go. All right. So question number 1, why did you start this business? All right. Very open-ended question. Some follow-up questions there. What greater problem did you want to solve? So why did you start this business? Remember, it can't only be about making money. Sure, making money is great, right? We all want to make money. We can all check that one off the box. No one is here to not make more money. All right. That would be ridiculous. All right. But why did you really start this business? Right? What was the greater problem that you wanted to solve? Right? What problem did you or do you see in the world that needs an answer? Right? Going back to our dad example here, right? So if somebody had this program, Dad Bod Defeat Method, right? Maybe the problem that they saw in the world was that, dads don't really have great physical health. They're too bogged down with responsibility, this, that, the other thing. It takes away from setting the example for their kids, whatever it may be. Maybe that's a problem somebody saw. Maybe that's the reason why they got into creating the Dad Bod Defeat Method. All right, so answer that question for yourself. Why did you start this business? What was the greater problem that you wanted to solve? What problem do you see in the world that needs an answer? All right, question number 2. What events in your life truly motivated you to want to start this business? Usually, there's events in our life as children or young adults, or even maybe recently, that have led to the reason why you started this business. Reflect on that. Often we forget about that, right? We get bogged down in creating our admin systems. We get bogged down in lead generation and sending DMs. We get bogged down on being on sales calls. We get bogged down on the stress and anxiety of being an entrepreneur. And we forget about what life was like before we started this journey. What inspired us to start the journey, right? For me, why I got into entrepreneurship is I hated being broke. I hated seeing my family being broke, right? I grew up in a household where my mom and dad cut coupons every single day. And there's a chat, money doesn't grow on trees. And I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to change the lineage in my family. I wanted to set the example. Now I'm able to give back to my parents. Now I have a goal of retiring my parents. I had a call with my mom yesterday. I said, how much money do you need a month to be retired? Right? Boom, on the vision board. Right? I want to be able to give back. That's a part of my mission. I want to give back to my parents. I want to show them and create a life for them that they weren't able to create for me. Right? So what events in your life truly motivated you to want to start your business? Number 3, at what level do you see this problem? Right? Is it kids? Is it parents? Is it a certain profession? Is it men? Is it women? Is it a certain community? Right? So we've identified a problem that we want to solve. Let's get more granular. Where do we see this problem happening? Right? At what particular level? At what particular group? Is it kids that you see this problem? Is it parents that you see this problem? Is it a particular profession that you see this problem, right? Maybe you work with nurses and you notice that because nurses' schedules are just so freaking ridiculous, they can't possibly fit their workouts in, right? That's a problem that we can solve, that we can create a mission statement around, right? Is it a particular gender? Is it with men? Is it with women? Is it a certain community? Love that the chat is popping off. Love to see that. All right, number 4. What is that person or person's reasoning for wanting to change the problem they are experiencing? All right, so we've just identified the group, right? We just categorized the group. What is that group or that individual person or person's reasoning for wanting to change the problem they're experiencing, right? For example, coming back to our dad theme here, most dads are overweight, but they want to be fit for their kids, or they want to feel like a man, right? We've identified that dad is the category of person that we're trying to help. The reasoning that they want to change is because, they constantly feel like they're overweight and they want to be able to be fit for their kids. They want to have longevity for their kids, right? Legacy, right? Or maybe it's internal, right? Maybe as a result of being overweight, they don't feel like a man. They don't feel like they can lead the household. Maybe they don't feel like they're enough for their wife or for their spouse, right? These are problems that we can identify with our particular person. All right, number 5, all right, the 5th prompt here is, what is the method in which you get them there, right? What is the actual method in which you get them there? All right, people complicate this. You've probably seen on ads, we talk about this a lot more in Master Coach, but you've probably seen on ads where people are like, our XYZ method, right? In NLCA ads, we say our 10K accelerator method, right? That's just a marketing, I hate using the word tactic, I'll use strategy. It's a marketing strategy to package your program to make it unique. It's called a unique angle. That's the marketing definition of it. But people really overcomplicate this. Really, this is just your program broken down in steps. Right. So I took the luxury of creating you guys an example here. All right. So an example would be if you looked at your program and you mapped out the client journey from when they start to when they finish, that would be your methodology. Right. All you need to do is put a fancy name on it. Right. So for example, here, this individual's methodology, step 1 is self-assessment and goal setting. Step 2 is a nutritional overhaul. I'm not going to get into the specifics because we don't have time to do that. But step 3 would be structured exercise routine, creating that. Step 4 would be creating consistent sleep patterns. Step 5 would be stress management and mental health. Number 6 would be legacy integration. All right, this example once again was sticking with the dad theme. So the legacy integration is, now that you've learned all these things, how can you teach your kids how to do that, right? That would be the dad bod defeat methodology, these 6 steps. All right, so if you want to create your own methodology, once again, it's breaking down the client journey step by step and then putting a pretty name on it. It's quite literally that simple. All right, but coming back to the context of a mission statement, if you guys remember in the framework, methodology appeared in half of the different ways that were, actually, sorry, 75% of the different ways that you guys can write a mission statement, right? So what is the methodology in which you get them there, in which you get them that outcome? Okay, that is the prompts. All right, so let's go ahead and spend a couple of minutes actually creating this mission statement here. If you guys already have a mission statement, drop it in the chat. If you guys have questions, I don't want you guys raising your hands, just yell at me and we'll answer them one at a time. But go ahead and drop your mission statements in the chat. If you got them, I'll start reading through, seeing if I can give some feedback. And 5 minutes on the clock to create your mission statement starting now. And does anybody have questions? No. All right. Let me get a reading then. All right, Megan. Appreciate you being up first here. We exist to help tired moms recharge their energy. Oh no, it keeps getting bumped now that I'm getting these different ones. Recharge their energy and confidence through the FML Fit Mother Lifestyle Method. I love it. Question for you. What is the secondary outcome? So we exist to help tired moms recharge their energy and confidence. As a result of them getting more energy and confidence, what now can they do? What now are they hoping they can do? Is it
Show up for themselves and their families.
Beautiful.
Instead of stronger, for example.
Nice. All right. Is it mostly for their families, mostly for themselves? What have you noticed?
It's kind of a domino effect. The more that they show up for themselves, the more that they are showing up confidently in their daily lives, setting better examples for their family, for their kids.
Nice. When moms come to you, are they saying things like, man, I wish I could just get my younger self back, my college body back? Or are they saying, man, I'm just so tired, like I can't keep up with the kids? What are they saying mostly?
Keeping up with the kids.
Cool. All right. So then let's add that secondary outcome into this mission statement specifically for that, if that's what they're telling you.
Okay. So like we exist to help tired moms recharge their energy and confidence to be able to show up. Go ahead.
Sorry. I have a bad habit of that. I would use this one right here. We exist to help person by method to achieve outcome.
Okay.
So I would just add in that second outcome that we chatted about there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Of course. All right, we got 3 minutes. See if I can get a couple more in here. All right, Emily. Be Healthy BU is here to empower super moms in crafting healthier lifestyles that radiate through their families. Ooh, I like this. This is very crafty. Let me read it a few more times. Be Healthy BU is here to empower super moms in crafting healthier lifestyles that radiate through their families. What's the problem? That's the only question that comes to mind when I read that, is what is the problem they're coming to you with?
It's more so like the time to like cook healthy dinners and like the time to fit in that, workout slot into their life.
Time.
Yeah.
Time. Okay. Let's see how we can squeeze that in. So Be Healthy BU is here to empower super moms. It's going to come right after that, super moms in crafting. I would try to tie in crafting healthier lifestyles. I would try to tie in something where it says something about like time efficiency or combating the time challenge. And I feel like it should go in or right after moms, somewhere after moms and before that after lifestyles. So Be Healthy BU is here to empower super moms in something should go there, and then crafting healthier lifestyles to radiate through their families.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. I wish I had more time to go in depth there, but that's what I see is missing in that one. All right, I'm going to do one more. All right, Raphael. Long, but let's see how we can condense this. All right, our mission is to guide and support busy parents and adults in improving their physique, health, and self-esteem through personalized training and nutrition programs. We generate a positive change in their lives and family environment by overcoming obstacles and developing long-term. Okay, all right, so long would be the first piece of feedback. it looks like you want to say three things. It looks like you want to say person, it looks like you want to say method, and it looks like you want to say outcome. My challenge to you would be, how can we get this into one sentence? Right? How can we get this into one sentence? We exist to help person by method to achieve outcome. Once again, it seems like the person here is busy parents. I would remove the adults. I would just choose one. Adults is kind of general. So if it's mostly busy parents, I'd probably just choose one there.
Okay.
I'd find a way to encapsulize physique, health, and self-esteem into one word. Personalized training and nutrition. And then I would come up with a name for your methodology for personalized training and nutrition. And if you could do those three things, I think you got yourself a good mission statement. And then it sounds like the outcome is the second sentence. So let's read that. We generate a positive change in their lives and family environment by overcoming obstacles. Okay, so is it predominantly about giving back to the family?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, so we exist to help busy parents by name of your methodology to achieve, and then that outcome that we just talked about there. You'll have to define what giving back to their kids means to them a little bit, but that would be the outcome.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course. Appreciate you volunteering. All right, y'all. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling here. An hour goes really fast. I don't know why. Seems like it goes really fast. All right. So we're talking about building an ethical business here. All right. Part one is making sure we have a mission statement that is grander than just meeting our selfish needs. We all need to meet our selfish needs. That's a part of business. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody fool you. Right. If somebody says, I'm not in it for the money, a part of them is in it for the money. All right. That's BS. All right. But what we're talking about today is creating that grander vision, right? Creating an ethical business. So mission statement, checked. All right. The second thing that we're going to talk about is creating your company tenets. All right. So what and why? Why is this important? All right. Company tenets are the character traits and values that your company stands for. All right. It's how you lead through example, right? When somebody thinks of your business, they should think of particular character traits. They should think of particular values, right? I see you guys, it's actually really cool to see. It's one of my favorite things to see. But when I read the client success forums, and I read all of them, all of y'all's feedback, I see you guys often reference transparency as a big company value of NLCA, right? So that tells me, and that is one of our company values, truth first, that we're doing a good job with that, right? We're being transparent, right? So when somebody thinks of your company, these are the traits and the values that you want them to think of, right? You can also think of this as your brand, right? A brand is nothing short of just being character traits that represent what you're trying to create or what the business is. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create your company tenets. Who here has company tenets? Actually do the same thing you guys did before. Drop it in the chat if you already have company tenets. Gigi's on fire. Gigi's going to change the world. All right, we got 3 people who have company tenets. Cool. All right. Oh, 4. Okay. 5, 4, 4. All right, good. Then this will be very helpful for you guys then. All right, so do we understand why we need company tenets? All right, company tenets, once again, are the traits, the values that your company stands for. This is how you lead through example. All right, a mission statement is how you make decisions, right? If I do this in my business, does it take us closer to the mission, yes or no? Company tenets is how we behave. All right, so mission statement is how we think. Tenets are how we behave. All right. So when situations happen in business, you need to ask yourself, is this aligned with our values? Is this aligned with our tenets? And then you act accordingly with those things. All right. So that's the difference between the two. That's the difference between a mission statement and your company tenets and or values. Okay. So let's go ahead and create these for you guys. All right. So how? So typically, company tenets are a reflection of the founder. All right, you guys are all the founder. All right, so typically, company tenets are a reflection of you. Reason being is your company tenets will attract clients, staff members, and anybody else that you're going to do business with. So you want these individuals to be in alignment with your core beliefs. All right, so that's the reason that we want our company tenets to be a reflection of us, is because the company tenets are going to build your future staff culture. So if you guys have plans of joining Master Coach one day, that's where we teach you how to scale out and build out a staff, right? They're going to be attracted to want to work with your company because of what you stand for, because of the tenets. So it's important. And then same thing with clients, right? Clients gravitate to you because of your company tenets and values. So it's important that we make these company tenets and values aligned with your core beliefs, because you guys probably want to work with individuals that have the same beliefs as you. All right. So with that same pen and paper that we just went through the prompts for y'all's mission statement, we're going to do this, do the same thing for your tenets. All right. So on that piece of paper, what I want you guys to write down, and these could be one single word. This does not have to be sentences. It could just be one single word. Is I want you to write down all the values that are important to you. All right. So we're going to take 1 minute here. Write down all the values that are important to you. Values, trust, right? Hard work, sacrifice, right? Those are values, right? So what are all the values that are important to you? We'll start with words and then we'll go from there. Care, that's a value. Respect. Professional ethics, empathy, support, inclusivity. Beautiful. Love it. Strong words. I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds. All right. Okay, step number 2. All right, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to exhaust this list. All right. What was I writing here? Hold on. I'm having a brain fart. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna take these single words and we're gonna make general concepts. All right. So general concepts would essentially be expanding upon your singular word. All right. So if you said, let's say, for example, support or empathy, right? We're going to want to expand upon that a little bit more. So write a sentence about why empathy and support is important to you. All right. So what part or what aspect of your particular one word is important to you? All right. So once again, we wrote down words. What about those words are important to you? What about if you had a staff member, right? If you had a staff member, how would you want them to use that, right? How would you want them to embody that? What would that look like in practicality? All right, I'm going to give you guys 60 more seconds. All right, we're going to move on for time's sake. Okay, so for number 3, or step 3 here, you guys might have a longer list of values. You guys might have a longer list of general concepts. All right, what you want to do is we're now going to narrow this down to the most important 3. All right, so I want you guys to look at your list and I want you guys to circle the 3 that are the most important to you. And sometimes it's best to look at this from like a bird's eye view. So imagine you have the perfect staff member, right? What would be the 3 tenets that you'd want them to have in order for you to hire them? Right, so circle the best 3 values that you have. Okay, so now the reason that we chose 3 is you only want 3 company tenants. All right, you don't want 10, you don't want 5, right? You want 3. The reason we want 3 is because remember, these are embodiments. We want to lead through these. And it's hard for you to remember, it's hard for your staff to remember, and it's hard for your clients to remember what your tenants are if you have any more than 3. All right, 3 is usually going to be that number where we can remember these. And if we can remember them, we can actually use them. All right, I've been there, done that. I've made those mistakes. I've had 10 tenants before. People are like, what are the tenants again? What are the values again? But when you have 3, it can become common knowledge within the company, which means that we can actually embody these and use these. All right, so 3 is going to be your magic number. No more, no less. Number 3. All right, so the next step here, and this is the final step, we're probably not gonna be able to do this on the call, so you guys will have to do this off the call, is you wanna give your tenants an all-encompassing name. All right, so the name, the reason we wanna come up with the name is the name should have the personality of the company. All right, so if humor is something that you value, right? If being comedic, if having fun is something that you value within your company, maybe the way that you name your tenant has some sort of funny meaning to it, right? Maybe it's slightly comical, right? If your business is a little bit more serious, maybe it has more of that military vibe, right? You really want attention to detail, right? Maybe that bleeds through in the way that you name the actual tenant, right? Maybe you can actually give it like military slang, if you will. Right? So you want the names of these tenants to embody the personality of the company. All right, we're not going to have time to do that part on the call. That part does take some thinking, but ChatGPT will be very helpful. All right, so if you put in the values into ChatGPT and you put in the personality that you're trying to display, you know, militant or comedic, right? It can spit back some names for those tenants for you just to get the ball rolling. All right, that's the hardest part of brainstorming, is getting the ball rolling. I'm not saying that ChatGPT should replace your thinking, but it can at least help with the brainstorming portion of coming up with these names. All right, so the final step is for those 3 tenants, for those 3 values that you circled, we now need to name those tenants so that it's all encompassing. All right, for NLCA, just to give you guys an example, ours are truth first, act first, and mission first. All right, and then I didn't put it on here, but step number 5 would be having clear definitions for what these mean. All right, and those should be short too, right? Those shouldn't be like paragraphs long, 1 to 2 sentences for the definition of your tenants. Your staff member should be able to read that and know exactly what you're talking about. All right. I have one more section I want to go through. I know we got 10 minutes left. I could probably do this for 3 or 4 minutes. If you guys want to drop, if you guys do have like names for your tenants and descriptions for your tenants, if you want to drop them below or say them out loud, I'll give a few people some feedback here. I'm gonna go over Jess's here. I saw Jess has got the full scope here. All right, personalized approach is tenet number 1. We believe that every individual's journey to health is unique. Our approach is tailored to meet each person's specific needs, preferences, and challenges, ensuring a supportive, personalized approach. Cool. Okay. I'm trying to think. There's something about that I want to change. I haven't put my finger on it yet. Evidence-based practices, empowering education. All right. So my recommendation here, Jess, is this your tenets or is this your program philosophy?
I was using them as tenants, so I mean, if they're not too much like tenants, I could change them, but
to me it feels, I mean, there's nothing necessarily wrong with them, but my only piece of feedback here would be that it feels like it's a program philosophy. It is evident that obviously you want your company to be very focused on the client, but I think we could probably make that one of your 3 tenets, right? So you could probably take education, evidence-based practices, and personalized approach and put that into one particular tenet. So coming up with a name that embodies all that, and then in the description saying those three things. Because here's why. Tenants, yes, they're for clients, but they're predominantly for your future staff. So even if you plan to have, like, let's say, a small team in the future, your staff is going to be who's embodying these tenets most, you and the staff, of course. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Of course. Appreciate you putting it out there. All right, be transparent, take ownership, take action. All right, Nicole, talk to me about the vibe of your company. What is the vibe of your company?
I just started with you guys 2 weeks ago. So I went through this
Brand new.
module and just I started my journey with Optavia as my nutrition source till he was 40 pounds. And that just took me in the direction to want to help others with their health and their nutrition and their fitness. So kind of branching away from Optavia and hiding behind that product to really, brand myself and Faithfully Fit. So what I've seen is, just clients being truthful and taking ownership of their actions. So that was basically my philosophy to put those three tenets together.
Nice. Yeah, I think these are great. Would you say that your client environment and future staff environment, is it fun? Is it light? Is it more serious? What would you say that environment looks like?
A little bit of both, like playful. I feel like in order to get really where you want to be, you have to put the foot on the gas, but there is a little bit of leeway there too. So, but majority of the time, really driving the distance. So, and then just a little bit of slack here and there.
Nice. And who's the type of client that you want to help?
Women that are roughly like my age or a little bit older, a little bit younger than me. I've seen the most success with helping people with the Optavia journey coming to me that are like me, that were stuck in their day-to-day fitness routines, thought they were doing all the right things or just didn't know what to do. They wanted to lose about 15 to 20 pounds. And those are the ones that I've seen be the most successful to really, because they were already doing what they should be doing. They just needed a little bit of guidance and they're already kind of self-motivated. So my client would be that woman that is struggling day to day, just needing a little bit more accountability and more guidance on losing weight and fulfilling their life.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, my feedback for you here would be, I love the values are clear, the descriptions are clear. It would just be taking the names and trying to make them a little bit more memorable or unique.
Okay.
So that's why I was asking the questions around like the clientele, the environment. Like I said, ChatGPT could at least get the ball rolling for you, but I would put these in there and then I would describe the environment that you want your company to create and see what it can create for you for names. And then at least that can get the ball rolling. But that would be my only feedback. Everything else looks great.
Well, that Chat GPT is literally mind blowing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was toying around in that and I was like, this is a game changer for real. So I'll play around in there with that then.
Yeah, 100%. Should take no more than 20, 30 minutes and you'll be good to go.
Cool. Thanks.
You got it. Of course. Welcome aboard. All right, Emily, I'm just going to do yours because right off the bat, I really like the names. Mom Power First, Working at Mom Style, Total Mom Wellness Playground. Yeah, I mean, that's a great example, right? Like you obviously, I read your mission statement. You obviously want to help moms. So obviously you made your tenets around that. So beautiful. I think that's a great job. All right, y'all. We got 5 minutes left. We're going to put this into practicality here. How the heck do we use these things? All right. So I think that's the part that not a lot of business coaches talk about. They'll talk about the creation of the mission statement. They'll talk about the creation of the tenets, but they don't talk about how you can actually use this to drive your ethical mission, which is the theme of the month. That's what we're talking about this month. All right. So got 3 tips with you guys. All right. Number 1, it starts with you. All right. So you have to act within these tenets. All right. You have to be the beacon of these tenets. So when you guys have staff members, they're going to be looking to you as, all right, this guy or gal is telling me that these are the company tenets. Well, I'm going to watch them. I'm going to see what they do. And then I'm only going to model what they do. This was a very useful piece of advice that I got for somebody who has thousands of employees, is that your employees, your best employees, will do about 80% of the effort that you put forth. And that was really eye-opening for me, because then it made me think, shit, I got to show up every day, not only work hard, but I also have to show up every day and embody these tenets that I'm telling them that they need to embody, because they're only going to do about 80% of what I do. So if I'm given 50%, they're doing 80% of my 50%. That's pretty piss poor. That's 30% effort, right? So I got to show up and try to give my 100% every day, because at best, they're going to give me 80% of my 100%. All right. I know you guys don't have staff right now, right? But it still applies with your clients, right? Your clients are watching you. Your potential clients are watching you on social media, right? So this applies for everybody, right? Act within them is not just about staff. It's about how you're showing up on social media, and it's about how you're showing up for your clients as well. All right. The second way is make decisions through them. All right. So as you're going throughout your day to day and challenges arise, instead of thinking about the strategical way to solve the problem, ask yourself what the ethical thing is, right? What would the tenants tell me? All right, this challenge just came on my plate. What would the tenants tell me? What would my mission statement tell me? And go with that decision. All right, we have a saying in our leadership team where it's values over SOPs. All right. So when challenges arise for our leaders in our company, well, what they'll ask themselves is the same thing: values over SOPs. SOP stands for standard operation procedures. Boring. We want to lead with ethics, right? So what's the ethical thing to do? All right. Third thing here, use them as language. Probably the most uncomfortable thing, at least in the beginning, but this will actually become language for you guys. Actually, this is a funny little story to tie this in. So our coach manager, she manages our, God, I don't even know how many coaches we have now, 10 to 14, something crazy. Her name is Alex, absolute rock star. We went to dinner with her the other night, and there was a bunch of people at the table, and she was in charge of creating a spreadsheet to divvy up who has to Venmo who. And she sent the spreadsheet in the text thread with the list of people that we went to dinner with. And she said, act first. Let's make sure we get this done quickly. Now, all the people we went to dinner with are not NLCA staff members. So they're like, what the hell is this girl saying? But act first is one of our tenets. And I was like, damn, that's pretty damn cool. She is literally using our company tenets in her personal life. That's pretty cool. So using them as language, what does that mean? It means actually saying them, right? That's why I said come up with these catchy words and these catchy phrases, because they'll stick. And if they stick, then they're memorable. And if they're memorable, then they're usable, right? So you can use them as language in your client check-ins. You can use them as language in your content, and you can use them as language with your staff as well. All right, so it starts with you. Act within them, make decisions within them, and use them as language. All right, number 2, intro your mission and your tenets to your clients. All right, this is a newer module in NLCA, but the very first module now in NLCA talks about NLCA's mission, and it talks about NLCA's tenets. All right, and this is a push that we're making now internally, where we're trying to have the coaches use the tenets more. I'm using the tenets more, right? So you guys are probably noticing that this is becoming more common language with the clients, right? So, excuse me, same thing for you guys. Intro the mission and the tenets to your clients. Make it common language with them. The second thing here is praise them through them. All right, I just opened the call by saying we have a leadership initiative award for the people who embody the tenets as clients. They get that fancy trophy, right? And then actually at NLCA Live, we're giving out a big trophy for the person who embodies them for the whole entire year. But praise them through them, right? If you want somebody to do something, give them recognition. People want recognition more than they want money. All right. And that's a big thing for staff members. So if you praise somebody for embodying your tenets, saying, hey, awesome job using act first. Hey, awesome job using truth first. That's going to stick, right? And once again, if it sticks, they're going to repeat it. All right. Number 3, create your own awards for them, right? We're just starting this process now. Like I said, at NLCA Live, we're going to give out a huge trophy for the student that embodies them throughout the whole entire year, but create your own award, right? Create your own tenet awards for your clients as well. And then last one here, is give feedback through it, right? So in your client check-in forms, you can use it as feedback, right? Let's say a client is slacking, right? And you have a tenant around, I don't know, we'll just use the act first tenant because that comes to mind, right? But you have a tenant about taking action despite the challenges in front of you, which is act first, right? You can use that as feedback in your client check-in form. One, I'm using it as common knowledge. Two, I'm using it as feedback now. All right, third and final way that you guys can use this is in your content. All right, so you guys, once again, can use this as common knowledge in your content. You guys can tell stories with it. Like I just told that story about Alex, right? There's multiple different ways that you guys can use this as content, but start incorporating it in your content as well. The big business strategy portion of that is, what did I say earlier? Your tenants are your brand, right? So if people are listening to your content and they hear that you have these values that you call these names, now they can ask themselves, do I resonate with this person? Do I have the same values as them? Do I like their mission? Am I aligned with their mission? And if they say yes to that, it builds trust faster than anything else. Builds trust faster than you DMing them. Builds trust faster than you posting some fancy schmancy tip. People want to be aligned with companies that share the same mission and share the same values as them. So put it out there for the world, and don't be afraid to do so. All right, y'all. I know I'm a minute over. That is going to be the end of today's presentation. Next time we chat, which will be in 2 weeks, the topic is going to be on the specific departments in your business. So we're going to talk about executing ethical business practices in your sales process, and your DM process, and your coaching process, and your operations process. We're going to break it all down. So that will be for next time. Appreciate you guys popping on today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.